One of the most common questions I get is this: should I do an LPA Form 1 or Form 2? It sounds like the right question, but most of the time it is not. A better question is this: if you suddenly can't make decisions for yourself, what would someone actually need to do for you? When you answer that clearly, the right form usually becomes obvious. Let me clear up a very common misunderstanding. Form 2 is not better than Form 1. It is not an upgrade and it is not more powerful. The real difference is that Form 2 is more detailed, and detail is only helpful when your situation genuinely requires it. For most people, it doesn't. Form 1 is designed for most families and most everyday situations. It covers the decisions that usually matter when capacity is lost, such as managing bank accounts, paying bills, handling property matters, and making personal welfare or medical decisions. Form 1 works on one key assumption: that you trust your donee to act reasonably and in your best interest across most situations in your life. For majority of people, the assumption holds true. And when it does, choosing Form 1 is not a compromise. It is an appropriate and practical solution. Form 2 exists for situations that are genuinely more complex. This can include families where conflict is likely, cases involving high value or unusual assets, situations where professionals such as lawyers or corporate trustees are involved, or circumstances where certain powers need to be clearly limited. Let me give you a practical example. If you have a standby trust, especially one that only activates if you lose mental capacity, and there is a corporate trustee involved, Form 2 is often relevant. That is because the trustees usually need very specific instructions. They need clarity on when they can step in, what decisions they are allowed to make, and wherever they need to act jointly with someone else. Form 2 allows you to define those boundaries clearly and in advance. That level of precision is valuable, and only when there is real complexity to manage. Here is what I see far too often. People assume that adding more clauses, heavier legal language, and higher costs automatically make things safer. In reality, unnecessary complexity often leads to confusions, delays, and even disputes, exactly when decisions need to be made quickly and clearly. The goal is not to look sophisticated. The goal is to make sure someone can act properly for you when it truly matters. Here is a simple way to think about it. If you trust your donee and your situation is straightforward, Form 1 is usually the right choice. If there are genuine risks, professional structures, or specific restrictions that needs to be managed, then Form 2 may be appropriate. There is no need for fear-based decisions or unnecessary complexity, just planning that fits your real life. So, good estate planning is not about choosing the most complex document. It is about choosing the right level of control for your actual situation. And most of the time, simple planning done properly works better than complex planning done blindly. In the next video, I'll walk you through the 3 worst LPA mistakes I see, even amongst people who already have one. Because having an LPA does not always mean having the right one.